Okay, you're welcome to another Parameter Skills tutorial, and I think I've told you before I'm using Autodesk Maya 2017, and in this episode we're going to be looking at the basic tools of modeling, okay, and also going to be using what we call insert edge loop because that's what we're going to be using in most of your modeling stuff. So let's just take a quick scroll and just try and create a cube. So this is a cube. Let me just teach you how to create one. I went to the polygon and I went to this particular shape you're seeing right here. So when you want to highlight any object, when you want to check which kind of object it is, it might not really show it like this, okay? But when you just look at the down place right here, it's going to show it. Just look at me. When I click this place, you can see it down the place that it has polygon cube. And as I move it away, it can show any kind of shape actually, depending on which one you are clicking, okay? Down this place, you're going to see it. So I'm going to click this. And let's just try and adjust this a little bit. So I hope you remember our basic rules. Use scroll wheel for zooming and zooming out. Alt plus scroll wheel to drag your scene. Alt plus left click to rotate your scene, okay? And this is the move tool, the rotate tool, and the scale tool. So it's kind of pretty simple anyway. So now let's move. One thing you need to know about modeling is the fact that we have to edit the face, the vertices, the edge. In fact, a lot of stuff has to be edited when modeling, okay? And we are going to be looking towards that. Yeah. So now let's go. I just click on this cube, and now when you just click on the cube, when you right click on the cube, it brings out this simple option. You can either select the edge, the object mode, the UV mode. No, I'm just selecting UV mode. Okay, the multi mode, the face mode, the vertex face, vertex, any kind of vertex. Okay, I'm very sure you know the difference between the vertex and the face. So let's take a quick look. Now, if I present in object mode, it's just gonna be stable like this with nothing else to edit. They'll have to mean the fact that each object, look at it. It is, we cannot edit anything right here. If we click on the move tool, it's gonna move the whole shape just like this. Okay, but once it is out of object mode, you click on, you have right click and you can just press face. That means these are the faces. Look at this. This is what we call the face. You can see it right here. It is what we call the face. And when you just, maybe let's say you just activated the face part, okay, and you want to move it, when you just click on the face, you can just press the move tool right here and move it a little bit. As you can see, we've just managed to move it a little bit. So that's just one thing about the face. Also, you can just decide to move this also. As you can see, it's doing quite a lot of moving and stuff like that. If we want to rotate it, you can just press rotate and it's gonna rotate. Just make sure that face that you want to rotate is being selected. Now, another thing we want to do is that maybe you want to go to, I don't know why this stuff loves UV. We can go to the vertex faces, okay? But this is gonna be a very bad plan, as it's gonna remove your vertex faces immediately. So be careful not to click that one. You're gonna go for the vertex instead. Okay, these are the vertex, okay? And you can decide to rotate the vertex. Let me try a bit of my rotation. You can decide to move the vertex just like this. As you can see, that's the vertex. You can decide to move it, to rotate it, or to scale your vertex. Look, that's quite a lot of scaling. The vertexes both up and down. So that looks quite cool. So that is one thing about moving and scaling your vertex. So now we're gonna move to the edge tool, and that's gonna take quite a lot of time. Let me try and see if I can readjust this back to a normal shape. Okay, it's done. So I can just right click on this and go to the edge. Now when I click on the edge, these are the edges, right? You can look at these are the edges. Okay, it's very easy to click, stuff like that. So now if I click on one edge just like this, I can just press the move tool. This stuff is gonna appear. This is your X, your Y, and your Z. So I'm gonna move my Y up, move my X a little bit like this, and move my Z towards the front a little bit. So that is the angle of it actually. So you see, we've managed to form a disfigured shape right here. So it's actually very easy to model in Maya. All you just have to do is just be able to make use of the few polygons right here. But to make your modeling much easier, for example, if you're gonna be building most stuff, you're gonna be using what we call the insert edge loop. The insert edge loop can be found. Okay, let's take this back to object mode for a moment. Object mode. I'm going to put this back. So this is back to normal right now, and I don't want to make any mistake. So I'm going to go to the mesh tools. Like this. Go to the mesh tools and press insert edge loop. So when you press insert edge loop, Now look up. One thing about insert edge loop is like sometimes it does the opposite. For example, when you click this place, this tip at this particular place, it's gonna set it for this is the breadth. Okay, this place it should be the breadth and this place should be the length. Okay, it's gonna do the opposite. So when you want to click, just it's gonna do the opposite. That means if I click right here, it's gonna do the opposite. If I click right here again, it's gonna do the opposite. Okay, it's not gonna form on that straight line beside it, but instead another straight line that is in an inverted form. So you see what I'm trying to talk about. That's one thing about insert edge loop, and that's how to get the basic understanding of it. So now what am I planning to teach you? I'm planning to teach you that with this insert edge loop, there's a lot of stuff you can do. Now look up right now. If you click right here, we're just accessing the vertices. Let's change this to the face mode. So as you can see, new faces have been created. You see? New faces have been created. That is the insert edge loop. Just imagine what you could do with all those stuff. Okay, with the insert edge loop, like we could actually do some crazy stuff. You see, I just created a new face that I can just sunk and raise back up, sunk it and still raise it back up. So like there's some stuff that you can actually do with the insert edge loop, and the most of your modeling you're gonna be using it. Okay, why don't we try and make something that looks quite interesting for it? Let's press, I'm just gonna press the space for this. Oh. Okay, so let's just shift this one aside and try and model something there. So I'm gonna press the cube. Of course, it's gonna appear right here. So I think I really want to move the cube away from that place. Let's move the cube right here and put it right here because that's where we're gonna be using it. So we adjust it right here, and this is our cube. So with this cube, with the few things I've taught you, should know how this is gonna go. So just press the scale tool, and this is the Y scaling, the X and the Z. So this is gonna press it back inside just like this. And the Y, we want to make a table. We're gonna have to draw the Y like this. Okay. But one thing about this is the fact that we're actually gonna make a table. Okay, so just make sure it forms the same for put the Y just like this. So it's just like a little bit flat. Let's draw back the Z like this. Okay, that looks like a pretty simple table. And as you can see, the faces can easily be selected. So actually I managed to make such a very simple design, but for a good purpose, why don't we just go back to the object mode for some while? Okay, to the object mode for some while and press the move tool and kind of move this straight up. So now where this thing is going to become tricky and it's going to become very disturbing, okay, is that you could actually do a lot of stuff with this stuff. You can actually just add some cube down and down below the stuff, but actually you could just use a little bit of the edge loop. Okay, the edge loop to just make a little bit of a difference and not waste much of your time. So what I mean by using the edge loop is this. So right now I'm gonna just zoom in a little bit towards the whatever stuff I'm doing actually, and I'm gonna go, after clicking on this, go to mesh tools and I'm gonna say insert edge loop. So if I click this place, this edge loop has been formed, and let's just assume, okay, yeah, I could just click this place again, another edge loop has been formed. I could click this particular place, another edge loop has been formed, and I could just click this particular place, another edge loop has been formed. So now a lot of new faces has been created already with the edge loop, and I can just press face after clicking, and I could just select each of those faces and click shift to select each of the faces. Yeah, so when I select your face, I just go to curves and surfaces, and I think I'm going to be looking for the extrude tool. This is the extrude tool. Okay, so when I click the extrude tool, okay, well, no need for the extrude tool. We can actually use those two right here. We can use the scale tool. I'm going to use the scale tool to pull it up a little bit. So let me adjust the view a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. What's wrong with my line? Okay, a minute. So I think I'm sorry for the mistake I might have caused in this. So if you just click this place, and you can just use the shortcut for extrude, which is Ctrl+E. Okay, that is for the extrude tool. So actually I can just press edit mesh right up here and click extrude. So when I click extrude, I can just move this a little bit up, just like this. And here I click Ctrl+E, I can just move this a little bit up like this. Oh, I'm gonna make a bad mistake right here. So let me just see this and see if it's kind of balanced. I think this is the best way. So let's pull it down a bit. We know it's kind of balanced right here. So we can just press this Ctrl+. Okay, we could just press this all together actually. Press Shift and hold this, and press Ctrl+E. Then we can just pull those up a bit, just like this. So as you can see, we just formed a simple table. Okay, and let's just finish this whole table. But how do we do that? We can just press Option, go back to Object Mode. That means it's gonna be the table, as you can see. Then we can just click on the Revolve Tool. Okay, this is the Rotate tool actually, and we're gonna turn it just like this. Turn it just like this. Continue to turn it just like this, and I think we formed a perfect table. So look at what we're able to accomplish using the insert edge loop. We've made a simple table, and if you're able to use this insert edge loop very well, you can adjust a lot of size, like do a lot of stuff with the insert edge loop. You know, put a little bit of table textures, not really texture, like a kind of table kind of design, give it a kind of round shape around the corners and stuff like that with the insert edge loop. So it's like a very vital shape in modeling. Okay, I need to have what we call the mastering of insert edge loop. So I think that's all for today's tutorial, and you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel and actually give us a thumbs up for this video, and we're trying to make sure we're not stuttering in this video. And thank you very much. Have a beautiful, nice and wonderful weekend, and stay safe.